Okay, let me see if I can see myself. Yes, I can see myself. It's good. Right. Right, let's see what we have for today. This week seems rather quiet, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have. Is today a holiday? Yeah, I have core retails. Monday is completely blank. Is there some sort of holiday which I'm not aware of? Other than Happy Monday, Paul, yeah, I'm truly not aware of if there's any holiday, but never mind. But this week is just a whole lot of USD news. In this case, I'm going to deem that this is going to be a rather boring week for me. Yeah. No fundamental news means that the market is probably just going to stick to pure technicals and it's not going to give me any sort of happy surprises, as I said. Yeah. And wait, just later I need to clarify with Alexis. Is the Jackson's Hole meeting for this weekend? If it's over this weekend, then I might not want to carry over any trades. Okay, so let's have a look at the charts. Hey, last week, did anybody took the go trade? Or no, none of you took the go trade? Yeah, I have my own TP already. So just a quick update. So last week, I actually wanted to trade off gold by these two levels. Yeah, so eventually I actually entered over here. It was kind of late to the party, but nevertheless, I still get my profits. Yeah, so barely hits the, I think I only hit the take profit actually. This wasn't the exact take profit level. Yeah, I think mine was a bit higher up. Yeah, so I only actually hit it this morning, which I was surprised. Yeah, so any of you, oh, you did TP this morning. Okay, great. Yeah, so not sure if we took when I took the gold trade, which was after the Thursday session. I think this I took it on. What was it? Thursday night, I think. Yeah, I was actually contemplating whether to put my stop loss. Wait a minute. This is irritating. Yeah, I was contemplating actually whether to put my stop loss at this level. Yeah, below the last swing, or at just the candle low. Yeah, so eventually I actually decided to put it at the candle low. Yeah, just to run you all through my thought process. Usually the way I swing trade is that I will put the stop loss at the last swing low. That's the usual way how I put my swing trade stop loss. But if I set it for a candle low, because now I have to admit, and in fact, last week I did say that if I'm going to break my rules, I'm going to break it in front of you all, which I did actually break this rule. Yeah, this is not supposed to the way I trade. It's just that I saw a rather tempting chart pattern, which I decided to jump in and trade. I mean, this is a very classic, really small head and inverted head and shoulder, break and retest, which I decided to jump in. Yeah. But the reason why I decided to put it at the candle low instead of the last swing low is because I wasn't completely confident that price will actually break this level. Yeah. So I wanted to have a tighter stop loss. And if price did not break, if price actually hesitate around here, then I would just take an early TP. Yeah, so that was my trading plan at then. Yeah. So when I saw it on Friday night, price actually closed above. I was like, oh, okay. So there's a good chance that it might just have a final burst, which by the time I was actually watching drama, wasn't taking note of this trade. That was my train of thoughts. Yeah. No. So Sui, where is it? I'm actually rather hesitant to call this a inverted head and shoulder, but it is just something that looks out at me. Yeah, so this was the smallish inverted head and shoulder, which I was reluctant to trade this candle. If you recall, this happened, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday. I was rather reluctant to trade this. Yeah, so when price broke this, I was like, oh, okay. And then when price broke this, so I was waiting for this level for a retest, which it did give me a retest. Then I feel more confident to jump in. Yeah. Oh wait, Enjoy just PM me. Just give me a minute. Participants. Yeah. So you were saying that it looks more like a rounded border to me. In fairness, I would say, yeah, you're right. You're right. I wouldn't say you're wrong, and actually, I will go as far as to say that I myself is not entirely right in saying this. Yeah. So if you want to look at it this way, you're right. Yeah. But whichever, whether you're right or I'm wrong, or whichever that is, it proves the point that no two traders, profitable traders, will see the same thing. But whatever we see, it fits a certain image in our mind that we would have made the same call that, yeah, price is about to, when we see this price is, we will not conclude, we'll probably say that, yeah, price might make a reverse. And the only difference I would say between you and me is where will exactly be our entry or what will be our trigger. That's about it. Yeah. So that's the thing. Even the mini flag pattern, which I myself trade, I wouldn't say it is a flag, in fact. Yeah, because I don't know what exactly call it, so I just decided to call it a mini flag. But whoever traded this and you got your TP, I would say good for you. Yeah. And as of this week, let me have a look at gold. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be touching gold for the next 2 weeks simply because I don't know where it will go. Yeah, I don't know where gold will go. It's kind of lame, but yeah. If anybody decides to shed some lights on this, I'll be happy for a discussion. Yeah, but let's go on to the next few trades which I'm looking at. So the first trade that I'm looking at will be actually Euro USD as per the Sunday analysis. The way that I wanted to trade Euro USD is, why did I choose black as a skew? Yeah, so I'm waiting for price to do this or this. Yeah, I'm just waiting for an opportunity to go long. That's about it of these two levels. Yeah, so that's on my Sunday analysis. And Kiwi Swiss, which I noted that you'd actually be different from Alexis. Yeah, so again, waiting for price to go long of either of these two levels. I'll be happy enough. It seems like the first level has been violated, so I won't be actually going long over here. Yeah, so I'll be patiently waiting for my opportunity to go here long. Yeah. If it breaks these two, then Alexis will be happy. She'll be jumping in. Yeah. The rest of the trade, which I'm looking at now, euro dollar as per my normal trading method, weekly. You can see that this is the weekly time frame. So again, this is a very nice week of this level. So the method which I trade with, which I show you all. So again, this week, this is what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, just so that for euro dollar, my index analysis tells me that there may be a possible entry, and the PA, weekly PA, which I trade usually, also indicates that there might be an entry. Yeah, so hopefully it sets up for me and don't disappoint me. EuroCAD, more or less the same thing. So you can see the weekly time frame, very nice test bar, very nice long wick. For the H4 side, I'm simply just waiting for price. Actually, price has broken. I'm just waiting for a retracement back to the closing, last week closing, and then I'll be happy to go long. Now, dollar CIPS is the ones that may possibly go short. So weekly time frame, ugly looking weak. Actually, it's nice looking weak. For the H4, so same thing, waiting for price to break. I would be actually happy to trade dollar Swiss short last week if this happened earlier. So if this had actually happened earlier, sometime probably Wednesday, Thursday, I would have jumped in. But on Friday, actually what happened on Friday? How was there a USD plunge? Again, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I later ask Alexis again. Yeah. So if this actually happened in the middle of the week, I would be happy to jump in. But since it did not, then oh well, whatever that is. So I'm just waiting for a break and retest, and I'm happy to go short. Euro Kiwi, I should drag forward. So again, Euro Kiwi on the weekly time frame, nice looking weak. Then I'm just waiting for again a break and retest. Then I'm happy to go long. Yeah. So usually for this bar, I'm happy to go long at that, usually. But what happens is that if you look slightly towards last week, is that it has been hugging this. So wherever price is hugging a particular level, which I don't really care which level is that, but as long as I see price hugging a particular level, then I'm quite hesitant to actually jump in. Yeah. Doesn't really fit the mental image that I have for win trades. Cat yen, this is a waste. Again, in all honesty, I would have jumped in if I seen it, but I'm sleeping. It happened this morning, so I didn't jump in. So all I can do is actually wait patiently for a retest. Then I might have a opportunity. I sincerely doubt that I will have this retest at the end of this week. Yeah. So a 1 bar retest, I'm happy to jump in a 1 bar retest. Just that if it's the same as Euro Kiwi, if it hugs the line previously, then I'll be much more hesitant. This is purely because I'm sleeping, so I missed this trade. My beauty sleep is important. Cat Swiss, same story. Again, I'm sleeping, so I missed this. Otherwise, I'll be happy to jump in. USD SGD. On a weekly time frame, again, very nice week. Want to go short? Let's see what happens. I don't know if price will actually consider itself bouncing off this level before it goes short. Yeah. I wanted to change my USD to Sing dollars. So on one hand, I wanted to short it. On the other hand, I'm hoping to USD will rise more. Louis, can put in limit order if you are certain on the level. The thing is that I'm never certain when I'm trading. Yeah. All I have is backtest data that says that this particular method can be traded. But unfortunately, trend line is one thing which I can never backtest. Because trend lines are constantly broke and retested. Once it breaks, the trend line is not there. So I can never backtest trend line. So that's why you see in my own trading, I don't usually use trend line. Yeah. So anything I cannot backtest, then naturally I don't have confidence in it. I can only say that I hope, I visualize, I pray. That's about it. Unless there's a very compelling reason. Kiwi Swiss against break and retest on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame has a very nice downtrend looking. Yeah, so let's see if that happens. And then Kiwi Yen, same story. Yeah, I might. At this stage, I'm kind of worried that I've seen already 4 or 5 charts that has a single bar break and retest, and they've all gone. Yeah. So is this kind of situation whereby you'll send me into depression, go into heavy supper and snack, because it seems like most of my winning trades the good trades are really gone. Yeah. If they are really gone, hit the 3:1 take profits without me doing anything, I'll be rather sad. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Okay. So anyway, Alexis has joined us. Hi, Alexis. Where are you?
Hello, hello.
In the quiz of the day, I'm going to ask you. A lot of people say that women have rather good sixth sense. My question to you is, make a guess. What is my sixth sense?
I don't know, man. You don't have sixth sense? You are
I have sixth sense. I have sixth sense. And my sixth sense is rather good.
That's good. Mine is not very good, so.
Anybody want to make a guess what's my sixth sense? Okay. Anyway, you're in Louis is asking any pair you can short Aussie.
Short Aussie, okay.
Short Aussie?
We might have passed the boat,
You're the one that is rather keen on jumping in shorting Aussie, right?
Yeah, yes. Actually, I shorted Aussie dollar from last week. I was holding on to it, and it finally went the way it's supposed to go. I'm not sure if there's a new entry this week, so let me check it out. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Let me put my screen on and share screen.
Louis, what is HB or BF? I know BF is boyfriend, but what's HB? Hyperbody?
Okay, let's see. Let me just share. Okay, so
I'm looking at your invoice.
Oh shit. Is it I share wrong screen? Okay, this one. Okay. So I was holding this since last week, okay? And I think I spoke about this bearish flat pattern on the daily time frame, and I was trying to jump in. I was trying to jump in on the H1. So I attempted to jump in. I think I attempted to jump in here. All right. I think here as a bounce off weekly pivot, and I was just holding on until it came back here, and I was still holding on to this trade, and it finally went where it's supposed to go. But this is one of my swing trades, meaning that I am expecting a bigger move. So if we look at the daily time frame, you can see that price has just broken below this level over here. And I am expecting it to move maybe, I don't know, WS3, maybe MS2. So what I am looking at on the bigger time frame is that if we are looking at the bigger time frame, you can see that there is still space for this pair to hit towards the downside. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to, my ideal situation is to wait for it to hit here, but I'm not sure how long I'll be able to sitting onto it. So we'll see how that goes. Any other Aussie trades to trade short? Let's see. Let's just scroll through the H1. So when I scroll through the H1 timeframes, I am just looking for basically anywhere that has broken a weekly pivot or a daily pivot. And I think Aussie yen, if you woke up this morning and saw this and took it, then fantastic. But, it already has passed by. So this was like I think 7 a.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 7 a.m. trade, but I'm never up that early. So it has really gone past the point. I think Aussie Kiwi gapped down in the morning, but there wasn't really a clean entry, so not counted. Let's see. And then Aussie dollar, I think Aussie dollar is more towards strategy-wise, it's a little bit more reversal of the H1. So the very clean entry for a wave rider trade will be actually Aussie yen. Very, very obediently touch daily pivot, and then just short towards the downside. In terms of what others is there, it's a little bit difficult right now because a lot of overextension going, and I think last Thursday / Friday was quite a good day to pick up the reversal. So we did end off the week last week talking about a couple of reversal pairs, right? And I think for those of you who have picked your reversal pair and jumped in when it's set up, you would have probably gotten at least a 1:1 already. Euro Swiss is interesting for me right now. Euro Swiss was one of the reversal pairs that we had last week. It didn't give me any signal. Basically, I had no I got no setup to trade, but it just went down anyway. So what it has done now is it's going to break weekly pivot, and it has given me I think it's sort of a break and retest. I don't know whether it's clean enough to pass Lloyd's bar, but it did have it did break through, and then it retested once, it retested a second time, and now it's heading down to break weekly pivot. So I am considering to see whether this could be a potential right to pick it up and see whether we can hit towards the downside. So if you look at the daily time frame, it looks a lot nicer on a daily time frame. So I might change this into a daily wave rider trade instead, because we have a bearish engulfing of the monthly pivot. So, on the daily time frame, there is a very nice area over here. And, we might be able to catch an entry on this candle. But I'm still considering, because I do prefer, especially at the start of the week, to pick up trades on the H1. It gives me a bit more risk to reward ratio. So I'm still a bit undecided on Euro Swiss, right? Because it looks like after it pops below the weekly pivot, it might retrace and retest it again. Then I will see whether I will catch it on the retracement. So I'm not very sure on this at the moment. What I'm actually quite keen to catch is actually the CAT Swiss. So I think last week I ended up picking the CAT Swiss. I did get my entry. So I think my reversal entries, as I mentioned before, was a first lower high. All right, so this is my first lower high. I do this bottom trend line just to see the breakout potential. So it did give me a lower high, a big breakout. So the moment it broke below daily pivot, all right, and gave me a lower high over here, I took it as an entry, and it just never looked back. So what I am interested is over here, today's prices. It has broken, kind of dipped below monthly pivot. So I have a monthly pivot, this line over here. It kind of dipped below and retested and came back down. So I am interested to catch this move down. Again, what I don't want to be caught in any more retracements, but it does look quite okay on the daily as well. It seems to have good momentum going down. And I think I would like to be able to trade this all the way to the at least WS1 or a 200 EMA over here. Of course, this is my final goal. I'm not sure if I can hang on till then, but I might exit some of the profits here. I think re-entry, I think the management of this trade is to find an area to scale into the trade. So I'm being a bit more careful, because I don't want to be caught in a, where price retraces back up to, for example, to the weekly pivot, right? I mean, ideally, I would prefer to pick it up to scale in here, but I'm not sure if it can hit back up. So I'm sitting on this for a while more and really seeing whether price can give me any confirmation that this push towards the downside can hold. All right, we are, of course, just on Monday today. So since it's Monday and I have good profits already, I don't want to give it back to the market. So I'm going to be a bit more selective on this decision whether or not to scale in. All right, so let's see if the ducks line up. And if it does line up, then we'll jump in. If not, I would prefer actually maybe wait till the US market to see whether there is still momentum in this downside. I mean, it does look okay, pretty okay on the daily. But what I don't want is a red candle, then another green candle, and I could have gotten a better price here, and then red candle. Because this is how price moves, right? It moves in, it moves in cycles, right? It moves in cycles. So I don't like to go in over here. I'd rather wait for somewhere over here, right? So again, we already have like two red candles. Today is another red candle, but again, I'm not sure whether it will be a red candle today, green candle tomorrow. So it might look something like this, and I would prefer to catch it again at all these better prices, right? So I'm going to be a bit patient. I'm going to see whether I get another bounce up and maybe catch it somewhere here at the weekly pivot. So not in a rush, all right? Not in a rush. Let's let it play out, and we'll see whether we can jump in on that. Let me see. I think on the hourly scanner, I have Aussie Yen, which is too far. Euro Aussie, too far. Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi looks. No, it doesn't look fantastic. It's there's no reversal. and I don't think it's going to go long very much. You can see that the momentum is lost here already. We've got a bunch of horizontal levels on top over here. So my question is, are we able to long the Euro Kiwi? But my bias for the Kiwi is actually long. I would prefer to sit on a long Kiwi versus a Euro. And I think the Kiwi also increased its interest rates last week. So I think the Kiwi interest rate is now 0.5%. So they have had the increase in interest rates. So sentiment is a little bit more positive. So I'm not too keen to short the Kiwi at the moment. Pound yen has really left the train, and Kiwi Swiss, since I am bullish both on Kiwi and Swiss, I'm going to avoid this pair because it's just confusion, right? And if there's a technical setup, I'll take it. But if there's no technical setup, then I will leave it alone. So nothing fantastic to enter on this hour because I think prices has just left the train. So I think the only other option is either we be a bit patient and see whether Lloyd can give us any 4 hours or something, or maybe we have to go down to the 15-minute to find any shorter opportunities. So we'll see. We'll hunt around and see whether there's anything that comes up. In the meantime, if there's any pairs that you guys would like to look at, feel free to throw it in.
I think she was telling you that
for 7 months. Wow, cool.
She was telling you that CAD Swiss at 0.72 is a strong support.
Yeah, so 0.72 is somewhere, I think somewhere around.
Yeah, the double bottom.
Yeah, I mean it is. I'm still quite far from it, lah. So I hope to pick it up. Like add more. Let me just put 0.72 to see where this line is. 0.72. All right, so it's here, which is around my final target, but I'm hoping to pick it up a little bit more on the way down. So let's see if it gets there. But thanks for that, Sui. Good to know that this is a strong support. Yeah, I mean on the monthly time frame, it does. This purple line here does look like it's a very clear, clean support. So yeah, I think it's a decent. You can see it's a cool support. I think that's a target we should definitely aim for. So hopefully I can make it till then. Hopefully I can scale in at least twice. I mean there's so much space here, right? I'm hoping for daily pivot to come down. Tomorrow maybe I pick it one more time, and then maybe on Tuesday, or this is Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday one more time. So I'm hoping to scale in at all the daily pivots. Let's see whether I get it. Because obviously today's daily pivot, did not get entered, did not get touched. Maybe tomorrow I have a better chance of scaling in. So we'll see whether I can pick it up tomorrow and Wednesday. Today a little bit hard. I can't convince myself to just jump in now. I want to wait for a little bit more clarity or a bit more retracement before heading downwards. Shopping for the best price.
Alexis.
Yeah.
Afghanistan still produce oil, right?
Again?
Do Afghanistan still export oil?
I think so, yes. Even I think they had their oil fields bombed once, but yeah, it does still export oil.
Oh, so they still export lah. Not okay.
I think they have a lot of sanctions, but they are under an oil-rich country lah.
I wonder what's going to play out now that the Taliban got control of the capital, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why. Let's see what is oil doing. Is that the reason why oil is tanking? Like the uncertainty, I don't know. But again, I mean, I will only probably be interested in buying oil nearer to this area, I guess. I mean, I think there is still a lot of uncertainty in oil. Wow, this is quite far away actually. Wait, did this not move? 63.375. This is daily 6. Okay, my square did not move with me for some reason. Must be some kind of glitch. Okay, I don't know how to get rid of the square. Let me just do this. Refresh my template. Might be lagging.
Louis was saying that they don't really have oil. Wait, I thought one of the reasons US went in was for oil. Or is
I mean, it ranks about 117 in the world in terms of oil consumption. I don't know whether I'm not sure whether it still exports after that bombing, but I probably have to go and read out a bit more. But I know it used to produce. I don't know whether ever since the sanctions, whether it still continues.
okay. Oh, so
Louis is saying look out for 65. 65. 65. Let's see where is 65. I'm going to change this to 65. 65. Where did 65 go? 65. Did I lose my line? Oh, I think it's hidden. I think 65 is somewhere. 65 is somewhere here. 65 is somewhere here, which seems to be a decent support level. Yeah, I mean 65 would be a good. I mean, if we were to buy oil, I think 65 would be a good price to start going long. Yeah. Because end of the year seasonality usually is an increase in oil, right? Is it? I don't really follow the seasonality, so I was not sure.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, so maybe down here would be a good price to start longing oil, but at the moment it still looks like there is a room for shorts on the shorter time frame. I can't trade this either. Like I mentioned, I think my oil trades are really quite simple. I just take them off daily pivot, but it's a bit far away from now. So maybe tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see whether it daily pivot will probably step down nearer to the weekly pivot. Maybe that's a good short time frame resistance level to short it. So I think it's one of those like short to go long kind. And you're right, Louis. I mean, seasonality is probably a little bit different this time round because we are in a different climate, I guess.
Okay, seasonality does work under normal circumstances, but the moment it says that we are in a politically charged months, then seasonality possibly wouldn't actually work that well because people will go to the extreme just to do things. Yeah, I mean, case in point, US, they have already done the extreme by pumping in trillions in such a short amount of time. They have the ability to do that, just as it hasn't been done in the past. And then given that for the past 2 years, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but just that I cannot ignore that for the past 2 years, more and more countries are trading without using USD. Yeah, so that might or might not contribute to seasonality having a bit of a messiness in them.
Yeah, I did something to my chart. Now I got this black bar down here. I can't get rid of. I don't know what I did. Where did that come from? Is it this rectangle?
You can delete from there. Or you just list everything and delete.
I can't even select. You see, it's on all my templates. Maybe it's a glitch. Okay, I'm gonna restart again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart. I think it's I got into some kind of glitch, I think.
So you're gonna leave us for the next 5 minutes?
No lah, restart the MT4 only.
Hey, one thing, this coming week is, if I'm not wrong, this coming is the Jackson's Hole Meeting Symposium, right? What is that? I forgot already. I got to ask you, like, you deal with fundamentals. I don't really care about all this. Yeah. If you ask me things like, if this week people are celebrating for the creation of chocolate, I might have any information on that. But other than that, I don't really know.
I mean, the Jackson Hole Symposium is just where it's like a trade fair for the Feds and central governments like that, or economists. They go there and they talk about all the different policies. Basically, it's like it's like what you call it? They will have keynote speeches. They will talk about any new ways to manage monetary policy, new ideas. I mean, it's more like a sharing of ideas. And I think the interesting thing is their papers are published online as well. I don't know whether they publish before or during, but for the keynote speakers, they usually publish their papers online somewhere, so you can actually read about who is thinking about what or who has researched what. So it's more of a discussion of economic policy lah, like what's new, anything new to tackle the current problems, what is the most important economic issue, etc., etc. So it's more like a trade fair for world economies in a simplified manner. What it can happen is if they share an idea, they like it, they vote it, they want to implement it, it can happen as well. It's just about getting the direction for the different monetary policy or fiscal policies or budget policies or whatever frameworks that each central government wants to come up with. So it's a lot about sharing ideas as well as pitching ideas lah. Yeah, so it's a bit more like macroeconomic type thing. I mean, I don't really read all the articles, but sometimes they do have interesting stuff. I mean, I am hoping they will talk a bit more about cryptocurrency and bank regulations, because that's the new big question mark, right? Like what's going to be decided, if there's anything going to be decided on this so-called online currency. So it might be interesting to see if they talk about it,
So basically, it's a group of people gonna decide where I'm going to spend my money to grow it.
In a way, yes. In a way, yeah. So it can be quite interesting to see what comes up after this, or it can be just nothing. You can go kind of two ways about it. We're either going to get a big idea or we're going to get no idea, and we'll see who decides to implement the idea.
On the other hand, I was looking through the Aussie trades while you were actually scanning your charts. Just to share, I may be interested in trading Aussie cat long, simply because of this level.
Aussie cat long.
Yeah. So it has held, I mean, not that it has held pretty well in the past, but it has displayed significance in the past. On the H4 side, what I have is that price is actually possibly jumping off of 0.92. Yeah, but I'm not keen to actually trade straight away from this level. Yeah, so you can see that price has sort of made a double bottom. Yeah, so I'm a bit hesitant to trade off 0.92 as of now, because it's really in the middle of all this. If there's a clear-cut level support and resistance, there, I'm hesitant to trade from the middle. Yeah. So if anything does happen, then that's what I'm waiting for price to do. Yeah, so I'll be trading from here. Yeah, definitely when price reach to the top, that will then I will take my consideration whether to have my first TP or to close off the entire trade. Yeah. Truth is, I'm not entirely. This is merely a short-term trade for me. Yes, I wouldn't even consider a swing trade setup. Yeah. So I'll probably jumping this if it ever set up. That's probably at 0.5%. Yeah, I must admit that I'm not entirely confident and says that this is a trade that will work out, but it still jumps out at me. So I'm just sharing it. Yeah.
Nice.
Just because looking at you're sharing that Aussie is weak, which I kind of admit. Yeah, because even during my currency index analysis, Aussie is kind of weak, just that it has not shown its hand yet. CAD is weak. So in this case, it's a case of a weak versus a weak. But I think CAD might be weaker in this sense. So this is more of a short-term play for me. Any thoughts about this for you?
I mean, no, for me, Aussie CAD is not quite clear. There's no setup. There's no setup in either direction at the moment. For me, I mean, it does look like there's a chance it might go long, but I'm not the biggest bull on Aussie, so we'll see. I mean, I'll wait for a technical setup, which I mean, daily pivot is up today, so technically I can go long, but it just looks a bit like in the middle of the H1 range. So maybe I'll look at it and see where it turns out tomorrow. I'm trying to see if there's any Let's see. Okay, I'm taking a look at pound yen on the 5 minute to see whether there's any there's any scalp opportunities just for the next half an hour. If it appears, I'll let you know. Might as well as sitting in front of the computer for next half an hour. But it's not a 1 minute thing. It's a 5 minutes chart. I think 1 minute is still too intensive. I might very hard to pay attention to the chart. So I'm looking at a 5 minute.
Helen, no, I mean, Helen, I like to read conspiracy or rather non-verified reports, but just that I don't usually let it affect my readings, my trading. Yeah. As to whether that will affect the USD, I think long-term USD, long-term wise, USD is still gonna fall. Yeah, but it's not in a straight line. To me, the current leadership of America is willfully spending away their goodwill, which they've been building up since World War II. Yeah, so they're just spending their economic and political goodwill. Yeah. But that's just my opinion.
You want to see this new Bitcoin mining game that I found?
Bitcoin mining?
Yeah, recently we keep trying. We keep trying to look for free games to play, right? Like to see whether there's any so-called free games. Mm-hmm. I found one. This one is really, really free. I mean, it is free. If you want to buy, also can lah. But this is one of the very, very few ones that I found that is like actually free, and all you have to do is just sign up. But it's just, free stuff means you have to spend more time on it, so might not be as worth it. But it's just interesting to see all this new stuff that's out there, and what works. So if you guys are interested, it's totally free. Don't have to buy anything. I'll show you guys this. There you go. It's called Roller Coin, and it's a very basic, I think, mining game. When you sign up for it, depending if you get a referral, I think they give you crypto in terms of satoshis, right? So that's like 1 decimal place of a Bitcoin. So it's like super little. But what happens is, I think you sign up on a referral link, you get 100 satoshis or something. So you see my decimal place, the number starts on the 5th placing. And what happens is you have this power here, mining power. So my current mining power is 117.567 data per second, something like that. But how you mine this is you just have to play games like that. So every time you play game, you score a point, and then you score points and it increases your this amount. And then it tells you every 5 minutes you are on this website, it gives you a block. So I get 0.44 satoshis every 5 minutes if I stay on this website. And if you kind of like switch it off and go to sleep, it kind of still runs in the background, except that this number slowly decays, right? So this 117 will get less and less, which means that every day you have to play a couple of games to keep the maintenance there. Some people, they invest money, so they actually buy things like the mining. Let me just show you. So I think it's just funny. So some people, they actually pay, that means they spend Bitcoin to actually buy like all this, they call it mines. So if you buy a mine and you install it in your game, basically it does the passive mining for you. Again, very, very little lah. So I guess it's about how patient you want to be, which I'm not. So I'll probably quit this in a couple of days after I'm done experimenting. But this is a free one. It's like totally free, so you guys can go and read up a little bit more about it. It is one of the very rare free games that I found. I will still look for more, since now it's all about NFTs and stuff.
Q is saying that you cannot withdraw if you don't pay anything.
That one, I think it's quite normal. You know how like you gotta pay the gas fee and stuff like that. I mean, normally even like now we transfer from wallet to wallet, there's always a little bit of a gas fee. So I guess it's how much gas fee does it take to withdraw, or whether the block is worth it to withdraw. But I think moving wallets is pretty much a norm to have the gas fee already lah. It's either in Ethereum or in the BSC, the BNB, BNB, from what I understand, with my limited understanding, it's cheaper. And Ethereum, Ethereum wallets are more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually right.
Yeah. So I think I spoke about this card game, Lloyd. You know, the $10 one. The $10 card game, apparently, and again, I only paid $10 for this, but the rest of it I've not bought or spent anything on it. I've just played it like normal, and it has airdrop. I think it airdrops SPS, and now I have 14 cents. just for doing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the more I play, the more I get points, right? The more airdrops I will get, and the airdrop is they drop airdrops for 365 days, so it's really like day 20. So I've got the entire year to slowly collect a couple of cents, and I think it's kind of exponential, because the more purple crystals I have, the more SPS I get. So again, it's one of those, like, of course you can spend money and up it lah, but you know, I'm a cheap person, so for me it's looking about how minimal, you know, what's the minimum amount versus what is actually out there. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's just like interesting to see how many, there's so many crypto mining games out there, you know. I'm just kind of curious, like, how people can quit their jobs just to play crypto games, and they claim that they can earn like a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand a month. Just wondering how that is possible.
I like Louis' idea. Let's play the game. Let's play the game that Alexis need to pay $1 to everyone out here each time she loses.
Why you out to catch me? Anyway, there is a setup. I think. Let's see. So this is a 5-minute pound yen, and it's basically, I'm gonna paper trade it again, because it is scalping and I haven't been touching it for a while. I'm just gonna paper trade, all right? That I'm gonna buy here, okay, or market order. So it's somewhere here. And then my stop loss is here, and I'm going to exit at 1:1. So paper trading this, okay. Paper trading this. We'll see whether in the next couple of minutes we get. So this is a market entry. Please don't follow me on this one. It's you know, it's just I mean, if we make a profit, I'll tell you where this entry came from. If you make a loss, then I won't reveal the strategy for this until we make a profit. So yeah.
Anyway, Louis was asking my euro buyers long. Just now I did share about three pairs that I have euro buyers long.
Euro buyers long.
Yeah, so I'm still buyers. I'm still gonna long euro, but euro USD, euro CAD, euro Kiwi. It's just these 3 pairs that I'm.
I think last week Sui spotted the oversold euro CAD. I mean, I didn't manage to enter on this, but I thought it was a good pick, because last week I did have the euro CAD that came up on the reversal, so I think Sui might have picked it up. I think because she also does all the reversals. But I thought euro CAD was a decent pick. The rest, there's no, again, I have to kind of wait. Euro dollar, I think euro dollar entry has already gone for me. Yeah, and as long as it's not near the daily pivot, it's hard for me to enter. So I'm pretty okay entering euro longs, you know, on the H1, as long as, you know, I don't get fined by Lloyd lah. So I must have a proper a proper basis to enter, and not just itchy finger enter, which I will admit that I do tend to have that sometimes, the itchy finger problem. When I'm scrolling through all the euros, but Euro Swiss looks so tempting to short. Yeah, it looks so tempting for a short, because you know, it's just broken below the weekly pivot here, which means CAD Swiss not quite looking like a lack of momentum in CAD Swiss, but Euro Swiss looks a bit more tempting. Well, I will pick up the Euro Swiss at night, nearing the US time, which means another 5 hours. I want to see whether the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 hours, whether the candle retest from this area. So let me see if I can pick it up here. Or Euro Swiss, all right? So this will probably happen maybe 7:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock, I guess, when the US market opens.
Let me see.
And then, yeah.
Hey, Luis, don't worry about my pairs, because as from the past 2 weeks, you see me repeating them over and over again. Yeah, so it's my trading pairs are always the same old story throughout the week. Alex, just to ask you, yeah, this was what I've done. So this is a Swiss index. Yeah, so this is actually my chief concern about long Swiss. I mean, I do see a case point here, but it seems rather doesn't really have much space to travel long. Yeah. That's what I see.
You just want to you just want to catch me, I feel.
Because your sentiment is Swiss long, right?
Yes, my sentiment is Swiss long.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to peep at the Swiss index as well and see whether I can find an argument against you. Let me try. Let me try.
You see, both of us know what to do. See, I think there's no question, but I'm just having fun showing different perspectives.
Yeah. What? You're using trading, let me see. You're using
Trading view, I'm on a weekly time frame.
you're on a weekly time frame. Trading view. I'm on trading view. I'm trying to see whether my numbers are the same as yours. Am I looking at the correct thing? SXY. 1 week TVC. Am I the one that's lagging? 109.12. Okay, actually the same. Okay. I am looking at your same SXY. And my case to go long, let me see. I will try to find a case to go long. Okay, my case to go long will come from a monthly time frame.
You're trading a daily, you're trading hourly time frame.
Yeah, but my fundamental bias comes from the big picture, which is on the monthly time frame.
Okay.
So if you, I think if you kind of shift your white line to somewhere on, let me see, what number is this? 100. I think 108 as a level that I look at. This is my argument to convince myself that I will stick to my guns and not listen to Lloyd. Okay, I might be wrong, but on the monthly time frame, this is what I see, and I look and I see a potential bullish. What do you call it? A bullish pop towards the upside. A bullish wedge. Is it called wedge? I don't know what it's called. Some wedge thingy. Yeah, so this is my wedge looking bullish bias, but my bias is from a monthly time frame. I mean, fundamentally, I'm long on the Swiss, but if I need to argue with Lloyd, I need to look at the charts. So I'm going to say, okay, on the monthly time frame, I still feel there is a probability of price bouncing off that 108 level and heading towards the upside. I might be wrong. Again, I might be wrong, but I'm trying to convince myself that my fundamental bias, to sit on my fundamental bias. I don't know where I'll end up in the end.
Louis saying that, just now I was drawing a diamond. So he was saying that is a bearish sign. Louis, you're outright wrong.
How to see diamonds? Yeah, I don't know how to read a diamond.
I'm just gonna, for the record, I'm gonna tell you that, Louis, you're wrong. Okay, a diamond is a bearish sign only for men. No matter what, for a girl, diamond is a
Yes.
It is their best friend. How can you say that it's bearish?
Yeah, diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I don't know.
And then you can just draw a circle below and that makes a nice ring, right? Well, I don't know how to see diamonds, but what is the diamond price action? So what is the diamond price action? I think I've never really seen one of those before or looked at one of those.
Diamonds basically is for breakouts.
Breakouts.
So if you see this, oh shit, that's ugly looking diamond, but never mind. Yeah, so they are basically waiting for price.
This now look like Tepo.
Goldfish.
The goldfish. Okay. Can lah, 50-50 lah, 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah, so anyway, a diamond does indicate, I mean, if you see a diamond, it does indicate that there's a breakout. And wait for a breakout. Not indicate a breakout. I mean, a breakout will definitely happen. It's just that wait for a breakout.
I mean, I mean, even on the weekly time frame, I do see a little bit of support on the 108 level on the weekly time frame. And again, I'm just trying to support my personal bias of a what you call it, a bullish Swiss, at least for now until something changes. Maybe after the symposium, the Jackson Hole symposium, the Swiss decide to do something funny. I don't know, but I have a fundamental bias, Swiss long, and I'm trying to find a technical bias, a technical tool or a bias to help me decide whether or not to continue on this opinion. Until it changes. I'll just sit onto it until it changes or until the trade reverses. Then I have to reassess the way I look at the trade.
Alexis, let's have a bet.
Okay.
Yakuntos.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that price is gonna do this.
I cannot disagree with you. How to disagree with you? That one is quite. That is quite.
But from your viewpoint, you're talking about Swiss going long, so it'll be this, right?
Yeah, I mean that is. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Yes. So I would like. Okay, I'll take that bet. So what I'm looking for is like what you mentioned. It will hit the top trend line and hopefully break and retest towards the upside. So,
this is what you're looking for, right?
Something like that, yes.
This is what I'm looking for.
Okay, so this is a Yakuntos.
It should happen sometime this week. Yeah. So
Neville.
I know I'll buy it and send to your workplace, or you can buy it and send to my house.
Okay, Ken.
Anybody want to play this game? Have a bet with each other? Yes. Helen, so from my analysis, I do think that Swiss will be heading down. Alexis is looking from another viewpoint. Alexis is thinking it's going up. Yeah. So neither of us can claim that we are right. It's just that the way that we analyze leads our thinking to this in this manner.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the purpose of trading is to take pips off the chart lah. Whether who's right or wrong, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, whoever takes the pip off the chart is the one that can be right, can be wrong, it doesn't matter. So this is just a fun bet. All right, we can't trade the SXY, right? There's no I mean, I don't trade SXY per se, but in terms of fundamental versus, let's say, call it a fundamental versus technical, right? So fundamentally it's long, technically it's short. So let's just see whether F versus T, where it goes.
We should have our answer this week. So KYUQ, are there any fundamentals to support a bullish or bearish? My bearish is just because it's purely technical. I don't do fundamental, but Alexa, I think she has said her fundamental views several times. I think one of the reasons is
yeah, you can go to our Actions to Wealth YouTube channel. I think during the Sunday fundamentals, I have mentioned it, I think, for the past 2 weeks, and shared a couple of articles as well. So do check the YouTube out if you're curious. Then you can hear Julian as well, or Ash there. maybe a bit of seasonality to help. I don't know, but yeah, my fundamentals on the Swiss, just in a nutshell, is that the Swiss economy is doing pretty. The Swiss government or the Swiss banks are doing very well in saving, accumulating funds at the central bank. Okay, and it seems like they have an excess amount of liquidity. They have just planned to release a stimulus. So the signs are there that they are supporting the economy quite decently. So in comparison to the rest of the economies, it also has pretty low interest rates, low inflation. And it seems like money is controlled. So it's more of a sentiment thing where if the government is perceived as doing as pretty healthy or making good decisions, then there is that probability there that will push the Swiss to the upside. So I'm taking it based on a fundamental sentiment of how the Swiss government or Swiss banks are dealing with the crisis, as well as with this so-called post-pandemic, the new normal. Yeah, that's my 2 cents worth in a nutshell.
Alan, yes, there are some platforms you can actually trade the indexes. So for my Pepperstone, I only have the US index, Euro index, and Yen index. I don't know where's the other index. Can't find it. Yeah. For me, I only have these 3 index, so it can be traded. It can be. Yeah. I think one last thing I wish to share with you all, which I'll actually tell you all the reason tomorrow, is natural gas. Yeah. Fundamentally, this is from my stocks trading side. I'm bullish about natural gas. Yeah. So I'm looking to actually put in a position here and another position possibly here. Yeah. Not exactly in a rush to go it. So I'll take my time. Yeah, again, just you have a fundamental viewpoint which I'll explain to you all tomorrow. We shall see how that goes. Yeah, I do think that there might be a divergence from natural gas and what you call that, oil. Yeah. So, anyway, so with that, thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow together with Shukri, and I'll be sharing with you why I think that natural gas might have a long position. Yeah. So and Alexis might be sharing with us more Bitcoin mining games.
Yeah, I'll go and find more, okay?
All right, so thank you and have a good afternoon ahead. Goodbye.